Yeah, I mean, we've got some friends in the industry who were signed for multi-million pound dollar deals back in the day, back in the mid 80s. I think there was a lot more money. Obviously, I hate to say it, but we all know that things like Napster came about and the internet came about, and that obviously diluted a lot of the market of music. Nowadays, you used to do gigs to sell CDs. Now you do CDs to sell gigs. You make music to get people through the doors at concerts, and that's where artists can make good money, because you can't pirate a show, you can't pirate that experience. And there's been a lot of news in Britain over the last few weeks. Oh, the cost of these tickets is costing too much, right? But they don't realise that they're getting the music for free because they're going to be on Spotify or any other streaming site. They hear the music for free. They've got to give something back to the artist, and that's how the music has evolved. And I remember another drummer friend of ours, a famous drummer friend of ours. I sat down in a bar in Munich, and he said, "In 10 years' time, CDs won't exist." And I was like, "No, that's not going to happen." And he was right. That's how it's evolving now. Everything's online, everything's digital, but you can't pirate that experience of being at a show, and that's where artists can make their money back.
Yeah, and the again, this friend of ours in the States, that there's no CD players in new cars. They just don't come with a CD player anymore. So he says, you just plug your little pen drive, your little flash drive in there with all your music
phone,
on, and
Bluetooth.
and so on. But I personally think that things are changing, and they are going back the way they used to be. People actually do want. That's why, vinyl coming back could be a little bit of a fad. I don't know, but people, and especially a lot of young people, are going, "Wow, look what I got for the money." The crazy thing is that still so many people think that music should be free, right? It should be free. Well, why should it be free? I don't think it should be free. It should have some kind of return, whether it means that somebody goes and buys a T-shirt from the band or something like that. So again, there are other ways to be able to make a bit of money, to be able to, say, go and record a new album or take a band out for a couple of weeks to play some shows and everything. You just got to find that way to do it. And of course, with the internet, I mean, we can speak to anybody anywhere. We couldn't do that when we started it. We used to look in a local newspaper and see, a drummer wanted, make a call up. Now, we've worked with people in Australia, all over the world, simply through the internet. So we've gained such a lot, but we have lost a few things.
And as a company that's got You6 Music, we're finding a lot of talent that we're working with now, that they're just easily sending their demos to us, so we can instantly work out the sort them out and work with them. It's great.
Straight to a SoundCloud page and boop, boop, boop.
Straight away. No envelopes, no posting. It's very straightforward.
Years ago, we did the first CD I ever did, proper CD that we had pressed. I said, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to London. I'm going to deliver them by hand to all these companies. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had no idea how far I had to walk. It was like I got off the underground. I was like, right, I think I delivered 7. That was it. It took me a whole day, and I made these envelopes up, and I went and delivered them by hand. And the girl behind the desk just like threw it in the bin, in the trash. One girl, I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Oh, I'll just throw it over there for now." And it's like, you never heard from anybody. But we were saying that this is what we said about how difficult this is, and how you have to go above and beyond what you think is the normal. Years ago, I'm not a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan, but Ozzy Osbourne had in a newspaper, there was an ad that he was looking for unknown musicians. I sent him 17 packages to America, and I did that. I wrote the address differently each time, so it's not, it's that guy again, it's that guy again. And I got a letter back from him. I never got to play for him, but I got 17 packages, like late 80s. It wasn't a cheap thing to do, but sending. You've got to go beyond what you would think would be normal to get yourself in a position where people notice you and want to listen to you and want to talk to you. Don't bother. No,
Don't put that
when I lived in the States, we did this thing called Making It Count, and it was a music related program for middle and high school kids, but it wasn't about being in a band or being a musician or being in entertainment. The entertainment side of it was just what they could recognize through what they see on television and videos and so on. But with any musician, or band or singer, or they have to realize from day one that they are just involving themselves in the most difficult business that there is. This is not going to be a simple ride. There's a lot of problems on the way, a lot of disappointments. It may end up costing you a lot of money, but if it's what you really want to do, go and do it. And another guy that I know said the reason that most people fail in the entertainment business is because they give up, not because they're not any good or they haven't got any talent. It's just they just give up. And me and Dan are just that stubborn. We're not going to give up, and we've learned that over the years. And again, if you're sitting with a bunch of young guys or some, any kind of band, a girl artist, a guy artist, if they can understand that they have to follow some simple rules, and that they can understand that they are in a difficult business and there is a lot of competition, they're already on the right path, to where they want to be and where they need to go.